What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are diving into a topic that completely changed the game for me, not just in business, but in life. And we are talking about personal branding. So, whether you are a hairstylist, a beautypreneur, a salon owner, or just someone who is trying to capitalize off of being yourself, this is a video for you. Building a personal brand is more than just a logo and some fonts and some fancy IG highlight colors, okay? It's so much more than that. It's about building trust, showing up as your authentic self, and being unforgettable. So let's go ahead and get into it. So, first things first, when it comes to personal branding, it's about how you consistently and authentically show up in the world. It's really the story that evolves from you being you. Your personal brand is the story that people tell about you when you're not in the room. It's built through you being you, your voice, how you make people feel, what you're all about, your morals, what you stand for. That's how you start to develop your brand. Now, I didn't always understand this. There was a time when I was looking at what other people were doing and I was trying to mimic it. What really made people connect with me, right? What made my clients remain loyal and what brought in new clients was when I started to share more about who I was, what I was about, my values, my journey, my story. When I started sharing more about me, my journey, my story, my values, even my setbacks, right? Even my shortcomings. When I started to be more transparent about who I was and what I'm about, that's when I noticed people wanted more of that. That's when I noticed people say, listen, I told my friend about you, I told my cousin about you, and I told them, listen, when you go to her, she gonna give you the real. She's a mom, she's a wife, she handle her business. She's reliable, but she's a real one. You're going to be able to relate with her. You're going to be able to relate to her. I would get DMs from people who would just be like, yo, you really inspire me. I love to see how you handle so much and you do it so gracefully. Or young ladies who I've mentored in the past, they when I knew that I wanted to model some of the things I do in my business off of what I learned from working with you. So that's truly an honor. And it's when you know that you are becoming a brand. People outside playing mariachi music. You got my husband downstairs watching an action packed movie of some sort. So I'm going to just try to push through this and get this information out to y'all. I should have did this video earlier, but whatever. Let's keep going. All right. The first thing I think we need to keep in mind is that people don't just want a service, right? They're not just paying for the service, they're paying for the connection. I think people want to see themselves in the people who they spend their money with. They want to be able to relate to you outside of just what you offer. The truth is, there are a million talented people out here, but the thing that is going to set you apart from them is you being you, your vibe, right? Your morals, your authenticity, your story, your mission. That's what creates brand loyalty. I have had clients fly in to see me, right? I have clients that drive hours to see me. And that's not just because they want what I offer, that's loyalty. They really, really mess with me. And that's why they take them trips to see me or they make sure they stay on my schedule. They not only like what I offer, but they like who I am, right? So they know that before they leave, they need to make sure they can come back and see me because I'm going to give them what they want and they're going to have a good time with me. It's going to be a vibe when they come and sit in my chair. A lot of times people feel like they've known me forever. They look at me like I'm their family. And that is the power of branding. So if you've begun laying the groundwork for building your personal brand, I don't want you to think of colors, logos, um, what other people are doing, right? I want you to take some time and think about who you are and what you stand for. What is your story, right? Know your story and lean into that when it comes to your brand. What have you overcome? What do you stand for? And why did you start your business in the first place? You also want to be extremely consistent with about what you stand for. From your Instagram to your in-person experience, you want all those things to connect. So if you say, for instance, you are all about luxury, then you need to exhibit luxury in your personal appearance as well as in the space where you offer your services, or even in your packaging for your products, right? You want to make sure you are putting a little bit of you in everything that you do and every place that you are. Make sure you are adding value. Okay? It's not just about the aesthetics and making the money. You want to add value to people's lives. You want to teach. You want to inspire. You want to stay connected with these people. You don't want to just look at them as just another customer, right? You want to really stand firm on what you're about. And a part of that is staying connected with the customer. A part of that is making sure that you're teaching the customer. I can't tell you how many times people will come in and they'll try things because they see me doing it. And a lot of times they'll see themselves in me. So again, inspire, teach, right? And stay connected. Don't be afraid to stand out. I cannot tell you how bored I am with my timeline at times. Like, this is why dog and cat videos do so well, because I think we are getting tired of the same thing, the same background, the same hair, the same face, the same body. The thing that you may hate about yourself may be the very thing that makes you stand out in the crowd. Don't be afraid to be you. Say how you feel. Say it with your chest. Be honest. Say the thing that people are scared to say. Do the thing that people are scared to do. But again, make sure it is an extension of who you are. Don't go so far in trying to stand out that it comes off as gimmicky or as fake, because people will see that from a mile away. But real recognize real. So at the end of the day, you can only excel by being you. When you show up authentically, you will attract people that just vibe with you. And here's the thing, everybody is not going to vibe with you, and that's fine. Everybody is not going to agree with you, and that's fine. And you don't want to be for everybody. You want a core group of people that mess with you and are loyal to you and hang on to your every word and believe what you say and support you at every turn. It doesn't matter what you put out. They know you, they know your story, so they're going to support. When you are bold, you're authentic, and you're honest, you will naturally attract the right people and clients. Personal branding is not about being perfect, right? I've said this a thousand times in this video. It's about being authentic. I remember seeing an interview with Oprah Winfrey saying how she's been hearing people saying that they're building a brand, that they're working on their brand and they're building their brand. And she said she thought back to her own life and her own story. And she said, I never thought to myself that I'm building a brand. She said, I never thought about branding. She said, I simply showed up authentically as me, and I did things and talked about things that I was passionate about. And the brand just kind of evolved from that. And I feel as though that's kind of what happened to me, right? I never really thought about branding until later on. I just kept showing up as me unapologetically. And in that, I said, wait a minute, I got a little something here. Let me try to capitalize off of this because people really mess with me, right? I'm out here doing what I do best. I'm enjoying it. And I have so much success that has come from me just being me, that I am the business, right? I am the brand. So if you know that this is the year that you are going to become the brand. You need to start by fully embracing who you are, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Tell your story. Tell your story. People see where we are now, but they don't know what it takes for us to get here. I not only shared the good times, but I talked about the tough times. I shared those behind the scene moments and the lessons I learned. And I'm always learning because I am a forever student. So when I learn, I teach, right? I share the day to day, because there's always going to be a new challenge, and these challenges develop my character. And so when I share that part of myself with potential clients, with viewers, it reminds them that I am a person. I do go through things, and it's not just about the money. It shows that I truly love what I do, right? And I'm truly passionate, and I'm sticking and I'm staying. And this is what I went through, but I'm still here. And once I became more transparent, I no longer had to chase, and I started attracting the right clients to me. So even like right now, like me showing up on here, like I just said, my husband is downstairs watching some action-packed movie. My neighbors is outside playing mariachi music. Um, I just made a video the other day of me in the salon, grinding out, in the salon, working. I didn't get a lunch break. I looked a mess. But this is the stuff that people want to see. These are the things that separate you from everybody else, because everybody's going to show the pretty part. Everybody's going to show them at their best. They're going to show their best clients. They're not going to show those everyday working women that don't come in dolled up. They're not going to show that. They're going to show what's aesthetically pleasing. Choose clarity over aesthetics all the time. The aesthetics can come later. Half the time I look homeless, but I could turn into a bad bitch in 0.5 seconds. That's nothing for me. But show people both sides, because we're all like that. We can all go from homeless to glamorous, So that's what people want to see. They want to know that you are relatable. So here's my challenge to you. This week, I want you to share a piece of your story. Be honest as possible. If you learned something from it, let us know what you learned, and let us know how it made you a better person. Show us who you are beyond the chair. Tag me if you do it, because I'm going to cheer you on. I'm going to be all in your comment section, right? I want to see it. I want to hear it. And it's okay to be a little unpolished. It's okay to not be perfect. I struggled with that in the beginning. At one point, when I started to create content online, I struggled with trying to be perfect in everything that I did. And the thing about being perfect is there's nothing left to learn. So, me recording content and putting it out there, even if I wasn't happy with it, it helped me develop and get better with showing up on camera. Because again, I'm building a brand, and this is the stuff I want people to see. I want people to see that I did it afraid. I want people to see that I show up, right? Because you are inspiring people in the process, right? You are a real person. You are not just out here trying to get a couple of dollars. So share your story, show your hiccups. Don't worry about being perfect. Be you, be authentic. And like even right now, I know this video will look nothing like what my videos will look like a year from now, right? But I'm showing up perfectly imperfect because I'm me, and it's about what I have to say and what I'm trying to bring versus the imagery. So don't forget to tag me in the comments. Don't if you share your story, because I want to see what y'all got. I want to know what y'all been through, how you overcame it, and let's support each other, okay? Because this is the year where you are developing your brand. Next year is the year you're going to capitalize off of your brand, all right? So this is the year that you are done just being a service provider. You are now a brand. This is the year where you are done just being an entrepreneur. You are the brand. So let's go, y'all. Let me know in the comment section some things you may want to talk about in regards to branding. If you have any questions for me, don't forget to drop those in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to my mailing list. I give out goodies and I send you useful information right to your inbox. Okay. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And I will see you guys on my next video. Peace.